And it is a tropical paradise.
We're crossing from Great Stirrup Cay to Nassau.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Hey there, I just wanted to do a quick check-in before we get going with this episode. We're going to get to the sailing very soon. We're going to get back to the Bahamas in about 30 seconds. But for now, I just wanted to do a quick check-in real time and tell you that I'm thinking of you. I know this coronavirus situation has just been crazy. It's canceled everybody's travel plans and there's work issues with everyone. So I hope you and your family are staying safe and healthy. I hope you're able to also find that escape through whether it's a sailing channel or a travel channel. I keep telling people while the coronavirus may have canceled our travel plans, it's not going to cancel our travel dreams, you know. Just a quick update, I'm currently in Southern California taking a bit of a hiatus. I've been doing various jobs to try to earn some money before I can get back to more sailing, but I still have a lot of footage to go through and share with you from the Bahamas, and I have several videos still to put out. I want to tell you about this video in particular coming up. The audio, for one, is not very good, so I had to dub some of the audio, so if it turns out looking kind of like one of those...
Damn you! Wanna fight, huh?
You know, foreign films where they're dubbing the voiceover, just go with it. And also I'm going to try to fill in some of the blanks maybe with some Google Earth images so you can see where we're at. And I think some of the fun of this is that you can follow along, and if you see something on the map or that I'm talking about that you're interested in, a location, you can go ahead and Google that and learn more about that. So I'm trying to be specific about where we're at in the Bahamas and where we're headed and that sort of thing. Right now I'm in the backyard. I'm actually hanging out with my chickens. You see them right there. On cue there, one of the chickens comes out, but I'm here in the backyard hanging out with my chickens. I hatched these guys, well, they're ladies, they're hens. I hatched them out of an incubator a few months ago, and now they're laying eggs. They're called silky chickens. That's a particular breed. They're really unique with very fluffy. But anyhow, let's get back to the sailing, that escape that might be needed. Last episode, Sam and I left West Palm Beach, Florida, and made it to the West End Grand Bahama Island. We can do the obligatory land ho. Sam, we made it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
In this episode, we begin by traveling from that little area of the West End, and we go just south of Freeport. And here you can see a quick overview of where we went along the coast. And here we are entering the inlet of an area where they call Lucaya. So we're back here behind the Grand Bahama Yacht Club. And this canal system comes way back in here, and some of the homes are just completely abandoned. It looks like, but they have docks. So we're like, well, let's try to dock there. So we've been kind of searching around. It's actually kind of interesting, and we found this derelict.
We found this secret high rent, but we figured, you know, there's some things around here with crime rate we probably need to consider. So we're going to go anchor in and motor in and help watch our stuff.
We're gonna anchor instead. We stayed here for the night. It's very peaceful in these little canals. We then explored this area a bit. There are some restaurants and resorts inside this area called Port Lucaya. Then we got ready the next morning to head farther south.
Tell us about the breakfast.
Well, the breakfast this morning is just heated up tortillas. You find your favorite frying pan, heat up the tortillas first, then you scramble your eggs with your favorite either sausage or onions and seasoning, a little bit of spices. Always have some sort of fruit or vegetable on the side, because on a boat you're not going to get a balanced diet, so you really got to work at it. And then sit down and enjoy it and give yourself some music in the background, because some of this boating is not easy. You're going to find some hard days, so on the days that you can enjoy yourself and relax. Cheers.
I just wanted to share a couple of points. As I'm editing, I'm remembering some of the stuff that Sam and I would talk about, and we had these running jokes about glamping. He associated cruising and sailing with kind of the glamping mentality, nice meals, nice accommodations. And I was kind of the more adventurer type, right? I was kind of like, I want to eat meals like Bear Grylls. I just want to, eat to survive. You definitely need to enjoy some meals when you can. So I appreciate Sam for showing me that side of it. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is kind of unrelated to this whole thing, but as I'm editing, I'm watching this documentary. It's called Africa by Kayak by Bo Miles. He's an adventurer kayaker out of Australia. I will link the documentary below if you haven't seen it. It's really awesome. And there was one particular scene that reminded me of the food discussions between Sam and myself. I'll show you that clip now.
Ooh, doesn't smell so treatish. Feels like I'm feeding the cat. And these are the cheapest of the cheap. These sardines, and oh god, they cost about 20 US cents and smell about 20 cents worth.
So luckily with Sam around, I didn't have to eat like that. But the real reason I wanted to bring this documentary up is because I know that a lot of us, you, the viewer, and myself, we have the similar mentality. We have this love for adventure. So I wanted to share that with you. I want to show you another just quick 45-second clip that I think better summarizes this documentary.
Well, here it is, the Indian Ocean. I'm crapping myself. It's been so many years and so much talk about it and so many people say I'm crazy. And this is it. Let's paddle around Africa. Righto. I hope I'm not too much in love with the romance or the idea of this thing and not the journey itself. I don't want to have to do anything to say I've done it. I want to do it because I love it. So this is day one. But we've made a start.
I think that's perfect right there, where he says, I don't want to do things just to say that I've done them, but I want to do something because I love it, right? That's so cool. Anyway, let's get back to the Bahamas adventure. We sailed over from Freeport, Bahamas. It's about 60 miles, so it took us about 8 or 9 hours to this little tiny island where we decided to stop. It's called Great Stirrup Cay. It's part of the Berry Islands. This entire island is owned by a cruise line. I think it's Norwegian Cruise Line. And on the back side, actually I think it's the front side, they drop off cruise passengers every day for a few hours and they do things. We're on the back side in this little hidden anchorage and it's just spectacular. I found a little commercial by Norwegian Cruise Line, and I'm going to show it to you here. I don't think that they're going to notice right now. I think they have bigger fish to fry, but I just want to show you how beautiful this place is. Now, so on this side, obviously, is the resort side by the Norwegian Cruise Line portion, but on the back side is where we anchored. So right here is where we anchored. Let me just show you that again. I'll just slow it down. Right there is where we found for the anchorage. Obviously nobody was there at that time. And nice little commercial. Thanks for the aerial footage, Norwegian. And it is a tropical paradise. This is exactly why I wanted to do this sailing trip, for this exact type of environment. Look at this view. Unfortunately, the sun is already at a place where it's going down, so you can't see the blue water, but this place is really incredible. And there's Giraffe right there. And it's only 6 or 7 feet deep in most places. And my draft on the sailboat is 6 feet. So we had to be very cautious, although it's all sandy bottom, so even if we were to hit the bottom, it wouldn't really hurt anything. We anchored in the sand. I felt our first attempt to anchor was a little too shallow, as you could see from that earlier shot. So we set the anchor again and I dove down to check it out. was a little deeper in this spot for giraffes, so that made us feel better. We're going to stay here overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to head to Nassau. There's only one other sailboat anchored, and it's just like a hidden gem for sure.
We're crossing from Great Stirrup Cay to Nassau.
It's what, 22, 23 gusts of wind with some intense waves, so I wanted to show you some footage of this.
Now we're out probably the last 24 miles. We've got 6 to 7 foot waves, gusts up to 20 to 23 knots. Highest we saw so far. Got a double reef in our main and a double reef in our head sail. For those who don't sail, that means we got the smallest sails out that we normally would do. And we're still making 7 knots. So having a good time here. Should be in Nassau in about 4 hours.
We came in to the northeast corner of Nassau, right here at the Nassau Harbor, and this is where all the cruise ships and everything are, also the main downtown part of Nassau. And we found a little marina here called TPA Marina. Alright, that does it for this episode. Unfortunately, that was the last stop for Sam. He was planning to leave from Nassau. We had a great 2 weeks on the boat. The next episode, you will see me going solo again as I explore the Exumas. So thanks for watching.